All right. While we wait, I'll start screen sharing and go into the game.
Okay.
Hopefully, I don't get fucking doxxed.
When want that?
Yeah. All right. So I won't be able to see Discord while I'm doing this. So let me know when we
Yeah.
got like 25 or 30. Then we'll start.
Okay. Yeah, well, we're at about 40 in attendance currently.
All right.
41. Yeah.
All right. We'll kick it off then. Hey guys, what's up? This is Jake with RSP, and today we're going to be talking all about debuffs. In particular, we're going to be talking about Arch, Siege, and Cav Attack, and HP. Today with me, we got Kuma from RSP, longtime member. You might know him.
Hey, buddy. This is Kuma. You're watching Disney Channel with Jake and Kuma.
So the plan is today, we're going to be covering areas in your keep that you can find debuffs that are realistic for the everyday player, not catered towards like super whales or anything like that. So when we talk about a certain area of the keep, I'll obviously be going to it and we'll be showing you exactly what we're talking about. Today, we're not going to be talking about ideal land or red subsidies. Those are kind of like unrealistic for everyone. Yeah, only
Yep.
that's like behind a paywall. So I want to keep it relatable.
Yep. It's for the everyday spender.
Yep. All right.
Yep.
Does that sound good? If so, we'll kick it off.
All right.
So I'll start. The first area that we're going to look at are champions. So we'll start with Minerva. So she's got a lot of arch attack debuff in here, and you only have to get to level 19 to get it for the
Yep.
most
To
part.
get the maximum amount. Yeah.
Yeah, because beyond that, it costs so much XP where, it's still good to grind for, but 19's an easy, realistic number for everyone.
Yep.
Moving on, we got our babe Demeter. She's got that siege HP debuff. Everyone loves that.
Your favorite right here.
Right.
Your waifu.
Yep. And as you can see, these are going to be like a lot of, basic things, but people might overlook the importance of them. All right, next up, we'll get Josephine for her Cav HP. Sure, it does have ground HP, but we're really talking about Cav. If you're getting hit by ground, you're probably gonna die anyways, unless you're changing
Yeah.
your wall again and you're doing some
That
super
ground
pointed
HP is
stuff.
a
But
bonus. It's a bonus.
yeah, yeah. All right, then we got Esmeralda with her Arch and Siege attack debuff. It's pretty nice too. Love to see it.
Yep.
Uh, Dulcinea, she's got some Cav HP again. We love to see that. I think mine now is at like anywhere from like 1500 to 1600 Cav HP debuff.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Here's my babe. She's got some more Siege HP debuff, Ariade, or however you say her name, and some Arch HP debuff. A lot of
Yeah.
people overlook Arch HP, but it's good to pick up when you can.
Mm-hmm. You got Siege and Arch defense in there too. A little bit of a
Hmm.
bonus.
Yeah. So Elizabeth, we got some Cav attack and ground as a bonus. All these things add up, and you don't want to neglect them. You gotta be doing these champions daily.
Mhm.
And Helen as well. So she's got a universal, like, all troop attack debuff.
Yep.
So if you notice up here, I buy this every month. It gives you a little bit of extra XP. Only like $5, I think, right? Probably recommend that to everyone.
Mhm.
All right, Kuma, do you want to take over with the Senate?
Yeah, sure. All right. So going into your Senate, when you update or upgrade most position levels to level like let's say 10 and 30, you're gonna get a bit of siege HP debuff too. So if you go into the titles, an upgrade, yeah, you'll see a bunch of see a bit of a siege HP, and those add up too. Um,
And I think that's only for the siege one, right? Where you get
yeah,
the HP debuff. Yeah, it is.
yeah. Let's see.
Just defense and
Yep.
ground stuff everywhere else.
Yeah, yeah. You'll get some like some of them. You'll get like range HP, range defense, depending on which one you're looking at.
Hmm.
All right, and then moving on, title upgrades. So Marshal at level 3, you're going to be getting some Arch and Siege. Um, yeah, some Arch and Siege attack,
Yep.
and then you're going to be getting in Leading Senator. Leading Senator's got a quite a bit too. So Leading Senator, levels 1, 2, and 5, you're going to get some Cav HP, some Cav attack, all troop attack as well. So that's a really good one if you're looking to focus a bit on the defensive side of things.
Hmm.
And then going down to leading senator, we got that. Ruling senator, level 1, 3, and 5. You're gonna get some archer and siege, and all troop attack.
Yeah.
And then
You can
going
see how
into
broke I am, right? I don't even have it unlocked.
okay, me too. All right. And then honorary senator, level 2, 3, and 5. You're going to be getting some Cav HP. You're going to get some Archer and Siege HP and some Alt Troop attack as well in there. Yeah,
Very
and
nice.
those add up. Yeah,
Yeah. This before we move on to the next one, the upgrade position level shouldn't be forgotten. There's 6 areas of the Senate, and then you can get 2 per at level 10 and 30. So this is like a really good one to keep your eye on.
yeah. It does take a while to get up to level 30, but if you can get like a couple of them to like 10 or 20, I think that's a really good start.
Mhm. All right, we'll move along to the next one. So we'll look at our treasures. So we'll start with like the art treasure. So I'll have to find it, but one of these art treasures, I think it's the Golden Eagle. Yeah. So that gives some all troop attack debuff. These are hard to get, but I mean, if you just grind out your hydras and use your optional boxes pretty well from your event packs, you'll get up there. Like level 6 is pretty realistic, you know. And you can tell these are gonna get progressively more like intense. Like we're just starting out with the easy stuff. So Civ Treasure, we got this dude for some siege attack, and of course, before I go on, a great way to get more Civ treasures are over here in the war metal area. Boom, right there. All right, so there's the Civ treasure for him. Then some ground attack. We don't really care about that. Some cav attack here with the Coda Hammurabi. I should be using this right now. The arch attack debuff right here. We'd love to see that. And then
How do you
some
pronounce that,
HP.
Jake?
Huh?
How do you pronounce that, bro?
Dude. No, just call that the dagger. Put me on the spot like that. You goofy. All right, you want to take over the sub gear amplification?
Yeah. All right. So going into the Civ Gear amplification, um, one of our favorites are the Romulus set. You're gonna get some Arch attack and Siege HP. You're going to be getting some Cap HP of the Plant Genet. The Freedom set, you're gonna get some Archer attack as you do your amplification.
Hmm.
And then going into your Han set, I believe it's Arch HP. Let me just double check here.
Yep, arch HP.
Yep, get some Archer HP there. And then Choreo set, you're gonna get some Archer and Siege attack,
Love to
which
see.
yeah, especially in this day and age where we're seeing like like 6K, 7K.
Yeah.
Bourbon's gonna get you some siege attack as well. So plenty of places to get some siege attack.
Good
Augustus
deal,
set.
man.
Mhm. And then Augustus set, you're gonna be getting some.
CHP.
It's like, yep, you get siege HP out of Augustus. And then
Yep.
when you pair these up, so I usually like to break those up into like three sets of two, so that way you can maximize that enemy troop attack. Because that's 30 as opposed to 10 if you try to like together. Because there's no real benefit to having like 4 out of 6 or 6 out of 6 on a sub.
Yeah, at least split them up to where you have two of the 2 out of 6. I don't really like the ring or the hat, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then on the see Augustus set, you're going to be getting siege HP. And then again,
Mhm.
you're going to get a bonus, same as the Augustus, when you have the 2 out of 6. Um,
Yeah, Thebes next.
yeah, so that's yep, that's 45 as opposed to 15. You're going to lose out on that enemy troop defense, but I think it's well worth it to kind of split it up and maximize it that way. And then for Thebes, you're going to be getting some cav attack,
Yep. A little bit of
and
archer
then
too.
mhm. And then for Sasanian, you're going to be getting some cav attack.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean that stuff comes. You just need to remember to hit your little red dot after you amplify. Some people forget about that.
Yep. I do all the time.
All right. All right, moving on to dragons. So first up, we got
Yeah.
Norway. Most people should have Wonder 2 unlocked, and getting Amaterasu is pretty easy in 2025, through coins and everything. So you could move this dude, most people could, to your sub gen. You get a lot of cav HP right there, like upwards of 60 or so.
Yeah, I have them on the sub as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Moving over to the pasture, we got Radiant Worm. This is actually available right now if you wanted to get it. So again, on a sub, this would be Siege HP. It's only 20%, but that's still 20%. It adds up, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, because
next
you'll
up,
have to get them to max level to get 30, right? On the
mm,
siege HP.
well, I think
Yeah.
20 right there is the max, so it's only like 15 that you need to go.
Mhm.
They actually lucked us out. So fast alt moving on. His third talent right here, some arch attack debuff. He's also available in that dragon pattern event.
Mhm. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yep. Moving back over here, we'll go to our boy Tarasu. So he's got some arch and siege attack debuff. We'd love to see it. And then our other boy Ziz. I'm too broke to use him for calves right now, so I'm only caring about his activated skill. This has all troop HP, so this is pretty nice. Yeah, for
Yeah, he's
me, this
great.
was my last All Stars dragon. Like I saved him
Yeah,
till the
mine
very
too.
last.
Mine too.
Yep.
Because we've been using Nidhogg for Cav for the longest time.
Nidhugg's my boy, bro. I can never ditch him.
Yeah, the
All right, you
OG right
want
there.
to take over Spirit Beast?
Yeah, sure. All right. So going into Spirit Beast, I'm just gonna go in the order that I have them on my screen. So the first one's gonna be the Deer or Dunir. You're gonna get have HP there.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to smelt them, get them up to red, and then max level it to get kind of like a huge jump. But yeah, well worth it, especially when you're doing like your Garudas or those like Spirit Beast events where you can just get those like smelting stuff. It's really good.
Yeah, those crystals or whatever.
Yeah, super free to play friendly now, so that's good. So if you're just kind of grinding and
Mm-hmm.
um, wanting to get a little better, then that's good. Good place. Otso is my next one. He has some. Otso's got some siege. Yep, siege machine defense and some cav HP. So that's good. So like at that max level, you're getting 52% siege defense and cav HP 104%, which is pretty
Yeah.
huge.
I love the second debuff on these new spirit beasts. They go up to like 104. Shit's awesome.
Yeah. Next one is Jormungandr, which is my favorite because you're getting best of almost everything. Well, at least depending on who you are, right? As like a rally keep who takes a lot of siege and range, he's a must-have. So you're gonna get range. You're gonna get. I'm sorry. You're gonna get siege HP, so 52% at max level, and then you're gonna get some range attack, 104%, which is huge.
Yeah, they're sweet.
Yeah, and then there's Hattie. You're gonna get cav attack here, and some ground defense. So again, cav attack at max level, 104%, and then your ground defense, 52%.
Hmm.
Then Siren is my next one. Siren is like a little bit further down. One of the first ones, like most people get um, back in the day. But you get range attack, which is pretty huge. Max level it goes up to 52.
Yep.
And then the nine-tailed fox, you're gonna get some cav HP there as well.
Yeah.
So the
This
cav HP,
one
yeah,
this one is annoying because if you look here for the smelting, you need these tails, which are only really redeemable in that event.
yeah, yeah,
So if I wanted to push it right now, I'd actually have to like literally coin for it. Which I mean, that's the story
yeah,
of everything in Ebony, right?
yeah. Or you can grind of like the scales and like exchange them when that like little like award or
Yeah,
that
but
little event
you
comes up.
don't get a lot though.
No,
So
it was a grind. It took me a while, like because I didn't want to spend money on it. So I was like
yeah,
working on like everything else first. I was like, oh, thank God they didn't drop a new spirit piece. So I can just
fair.
use like the left. Yeah, I can just use the leftover scales from.
Fair. Do you want to cover military tactics and then I'll get the next large
Yeah, I
section?
can. Sure. Yeah.
All right.
So military tactics. Let's go in. Okay. So in ground, you're gonna get some range and siege HP there, as well as some all troop attack.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the arrow, is there anything here? Arrow, you're gonna get some enemy troop HP. So that's all troop HP. So that's amazing. And then I believe there's nothing in the no. There's no. You get enemy ground
That's
HP
it.
in the yeah. And then the
Screw.
siege one, you're gonna get. Well, it depends, right? Depends who you are. Like if you're like a trap keep and you get hit by ground a lot, that'd be a
Yeah.
good place to find some. And then in the siege, you're gonna get siege defense and HP in there. And I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to activate. Yep. And nothing in the breakthrough, right? And the breakthrough, you get a little bit more range and siege HP as you level that up.
Yeah, like as it goes up at the very bottom there. Yeah, I love
Mhm.
these breakthroughs since they're all owned to activate, right?
Yeah,
The
you'll have to
drilling
click
is
them.
tied to the march, so yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we got duty gens. Everyone loves to see this. So, right off bat, you can see that I don't have Ono right now. I have just Menshikov sitting here for the forge. So, if I did have Ono, Ono would have some Cav HP debuff that I'd be interested in. So, I'm going to go after her or him pretty soon. But moving along, we got Blanche here. This is why I'm running. Has some all troops HP. Pretty like it. I like it pretty much. And then at the fourth star, it costs a lot of money to get it there, but it's got some more HP debuff as well. And then next up, we got Niwa. He's the boy. I think he has some debuff in here. No, it's in the skill. Oh, yep. So fourth star. So this is like a really realistic general to level up because of the march size at the third star.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
I'm already going to be taking it pretty far myself. So what's a couple more stars, right?
yeah, it's a good place to stop. The 3 stars is good.
Mhm. Okay, moving on. Did Hammurabi have anything? No, he didn't have any debuffs. Auto does, though. It's only 4K. I think Fox said on my other phone I have do not disturb on, so I can't see anyone's messages. Alright, so, Otto, he's got some great debuffs. Everyone remembers him from the Scandal times, you know? But he's still around. You can find him. He's got a lot of, Arch and Siege attack and then some all troop HP as well. Then I don't think anything in the specs. Alright, Guinevere. Guinevere, I don't know how the fuck to say her name. She's got some Siege HP debuff and Arch HP. And yeah, that's all that she's got for the most part. It's gonna be pretty unrealistic to get her to 4 stars for me. I'd have to go super out of my way. So I think this is probably as far as I'm taking her.
What do you get up to 4-star? You get like 25?
Yeah, but that's gonna cost so much.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, like, I think that's something you can grind for, right? Like, as you collect red chests and get up there.
It should be in the yellow, but yeah.
Guinevere's in the yellow now?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's that
interesting.
special yellow one from that,
Oh, okay.
Alliance event, yeah.
Okay. Oh, cool.
So Maurice, everyone loves him.
That's
He's
my
got
boy.
a Yeah, he's got a bunch of arch attack and siege attack and HP. Getting him to 2 stars is so realistic. I'm about to get him to 3. So, a lot of people who, like, have more recent money, they'll be using, them
Testicles? Yeah.
everyone yeah, everyone calls them testicles, so they'll be using testicles.
Only death
But
calls them testicles, bro.
well, I would, but I can't get him to 3 stars right away, so I still have a couple copies, I'm waiting on him. Once I get him to 3 stars, I might switch him out.
I have Maurice at 4. I'm probably gonna stick with that instead of moving over.
Yeah, it's a lot of development.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna ban Fox. Alright, next up, we got Ashoka. So I always thought this was a girl, but it's a guy, I guess. Strange world. Alright, this one has some Cav HP debuff at the 4th star. Kinda hard to get, but not really. I mean, it's getting pushed out, in favor of, like, new generals, so should be easier to get over time. Next up, we got Sargon.
Damn, look at this coiner, bro. Got all the premium duty gens.
Bro, the poorest RSP member, what are you talking about? 4th star, again, this is a little unrealistic for a low spender, get him up that high, but all troop attack right there. Something to look forward to. Hercules. So this guy's awesome. We love him for the or the 4th spec.
Mhm. Yeah,
Beautiful.
without even ascending, you get a huge jump. Do you get anything in the, ascensions for Hercules? Or
Yeah,
is it
you
just
get more HP.
oh, that's good. Yeah. Some
I guess cav attack at the very end, but again,
yeah,
it's
you get some
too
defense
early.
on the 2nd star, but yeah,
Yeah, but
I think he's great. Unascended, he's fine.
yeah, Unassended is fine. 1 star kind of sucks. You probably want to wait till you can go straight to 2 star or 3.
Yeah, yeah, reinforcing troops HP is okay if you're, like, actually, like, raiding stuff or if you're in buildings, like, for, like, COC and stuff, but
I don't think I'd
yeah,
really
I
see
wouldn't
it
go out of my
before.
way.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got our boy Michael. So he has some arch attack debuff, but you gotta get to the 3rd star
Ooh,
for him.
that 3rd star is nice, yeah.
Yeah. So that 30% right in the middle. All right. Now we got Trivia, wherever she is. Oh, this guy just came out, by the way. I'm gonna get him up a little bit more as well. Um, so he's got some Arch and Siege attack debuff. I think he's got nothing else besides that. I need to
When
do
does
his
he
spec. Oh, I
better
forgot to
than
do his spec, bro. What the hell?
at what point does it become better to upgrade from trivia? Because I have trivia at, like, 4 stars, but then, like,
Mm,
I'm like, "Ah," like, I don't wanna, like, upgrade them, if it's not worth it until I, like, get up to like 4 stars or whatever on the new guy.
Didn't she get nerfed? The replacement for trivia? Or is that a different general that they changed the skill block in Ascension? I remember that
Mm,
happened. I don't think
I
it
don't
would be
recall.
good to switch off if you're already that developed and low spending.
Yeah.
But I love
Siege
trivia.
is
She's got a bunch of arch and siege attack debuff.
Yeah, and she's
Got the
relatively easy
scatter.
to get to. 'Cause the event comes around, like, every other week, right?
Yeah, spend minimal amount of money and then you can get her.
Yeah.
All right,
But yeah, I
next
thought that
up,
for
we got Stefan. There's a reason they call him the Great because he's fucking goaded. So he's got some arch and siege attack right there. And then there's not really a lot
Yeah,
of
4th
debuffs in
star.
here until you're like late star on like the fourth star.
Yeah,
But he's still a really good general. I'm gonna get him to 1 star next time
yeah.
Trial of Knights comes around.
But, I wish it was all troop, though. I wish it was all troop HP instead of just siege on the 4th star.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that would've been nice because you can double dip on the cav HP too and stuff,
Mm.
and range HP is nice.
All right, next up we got Clovis. He's got a bunch of Cav HP and then Siege Attack debuff all around. He's another older general, so he should be pretty easy to get a hold of. All right, then we got Liu Bei. So this dude's pretty awesome. He's got some Arch and Siege HP debuff and then a little bit of Arch Attack.
Mm.
I'm thinking where
I'm
else.
still running the Tavern General at, like, 4 stars or 5 stars.
Oh, I decided to switch mine out. I was just in love with the HP debuff.
Because I think I forgot why I did that. I have to take a look, but I think I got some, like, cav HP out of it too or something.
Yeah. So all right, so let's cover some generals I'm not quite using. So this dude, obviously, he's got some debuffs. We already talked about him. Queen Anne. If I can go find her real quick. Yeah,
Gotta go in the tavern, brother.
dude, I feel like I'm on a family member type shit. All right, Queen Anne. She's got all troops HP and attack. So there's some HP right there. More HP. And yeah, some attack in there. So she's a nice one too for the embassy. I don't really want to switch right now though. So here's Helena. So Helena, whatever. She's got some cav attack, um, also HP, and then all troops HP. So yeah, I think she got nerfed recently. Like it used to be a lot better. I know that happened to one general. Right, and then Ono somewhere over here. I think it's in where the hell is Ono? Oh, there he is. So Ono, I need to get him. He's got that cav HP debuff, which is really nice. And then the last one would be Hera that I don't currently have. So everyone loves her. I should have gotten her when she got released. She's
It's
got
a
lots of
lot of
arch and siege
HP.
attack. Yeah,
Yeah,
seriously.
definitely worth, grinding for, right? Like, it's a good long-term investment.
Mm. Fox is saying even Nail Fox has Hera. You know what else Nail Fox has? Fucking one tap rally report, bro. I don't have any of those. I ain't never been one tap, buddy.
We almost did in the COC, bro.
Yeah.
We almost
Lu- Luckily, my alliance tags are a couple different letters, so I'm good.
Oh god.
Alright, wanna get into some subgens themselves and then, like, the 5th spec?
Okay, sure.
So, before we
You want me to go over what you have on the screen or just kinda fire off a
sure, yeah,
couple?
we'll go subgen by subgen, I guess, and then we'll combine both of these parts, so, like, the general itself plus some of the gear that you see.
Okay, cool. You wanna start from your top, so Hojo.
Yep, so
So So Hojo's base skill will give you some arch attack, and then you're gonna get some, I believe, some cav like HP, like huge cav HP. You also get huge cav HP debuff at the 4th star too, because you're gonna get mounted troop HP, and then you get another mounted troop HP of 20%. So that's 40% right there. So
Mhm.
that's a good one. And then going into your 5th spec, your flex spec. So you get some siege HP there. Jake's got it at a 20%. That's the
Yep.
max, right? I believe. Because getting it
Yeah,
to
I
gold,
think even if it went to gold, it doesn't increase.
yeah, yeah. So it's a good place to stop, especially if you're not like whaling.
Yeah,
Because
I just
getting like
happened to get
getting like
so
12 of these
unlucky.
guys is
Yeah, I
insane.
got so many extra siege ballista, so I was like, screw it. They're going on the sub.
Yeah, it's a good one to plug in, and especially because those things cost a lot of rune stones too to get up.
Hmm. All right, so
And
let's
then your
look at the
gear.
gear.
Yep.
Yeah,
hmm Yep. So the sword he's using gives more cav HP. So Hojo's kind of just fitting the whole theme of cav HP debuff, which is good. His chest, he's using the Majestic Imperial. So you're gonna get range and siege attack, 34%, which is good.
and
Not really any bonus for the 2 piece, yeah. Oh yeah, go ahead.
before we move on, the reason I'm using this chest and this piece of gear is because this general has Civ gear on it, so I'm breaking the ability to get a 6 out of 6 here from this
Yeah.
dominant set, so it makes sense to swap these in, if you get what I'm saying.
Do you have any currently that are on the 6 out of 6?
Yeah,
We'll take a look later.
way. Yeah, we'll take a look
Yeah,
later. I got a
towards the
couple.
bottom of the list.
Yeah. Okay,
All
so that's
right.
Hojo, and then over
Yep.
here,
You got your Romulus helmet. So as mentioned earlier, he's rocking the 2 out of 2. So he's getting that enemy troop HP 15% there. And then as well as the additional stuff from the gear itself. And he's even got a
mm.
max amplify. Look at this coiner, bro. Yeah.
So then we
So
got the leg as well, so it's got a
the
lot
leg is
of
so good. Yeah. It has like everything, right? So you have siege defense, siege HP, and then you get range and siege attack. That's a good one. Like that's a good one to
mhm,
amplify. Especially if you're just doing like cake 4.
yep. And then you'll see that I have the bracer here. So if I did have 4 pieces, I would move this to a different sub. But if you look at the Romulus set, the other 3 over here on the left, they the only real benefit that you get from using them is the ability to get a 2 out of 6. The rest of their attributes for the gear itself kind of suck, you know?
Yeah,
And you're
it's not worth
losing out on
yeah,
stuff
it's
like
not worth
this,
it.
losing out on the
Yeah.
attack, the cav
Yeah.
HP, siege and cav
hmm
attack.
Yeah, that chess is super underrated. I think it beats out a lot of like those like the chess from like the Civ gear for now, until
Mhm.
something better comes along. But yeah, as Jake mentioned, it's not worth adding a Romulus there if it's not you know if you're gonna lose out on that 34% range and siege attack.
Yeah. And again, this is in reference to the regular average Joe, not cake per event, only has 11 subs, not 12 or 13. All right, moving along. I'll take this one. We
Mhm.
got one of my bald ones. So right here, you're gonna see the bourbon chest. This thing is goaded. It's got some arch attack debuff and some siege HP.
Yeah, that's good.
Bourbon boots. They're just here because it's not like there's a 2 out of 6 that's necessary. It's got
Yeah.
some arch attack debuff. I'm rocking some other boots on my cav gen, so figured I'd bring these here just for the debuff. The weapon, we got the good old fashioned bow from the forge for some siege attack debuff.
Yep.
So the helmet, I want to get into this. So there's another helmet out there that does ground HP and ground defense. I hate that
Yep.
thing. I hate it. If I'm gonna get hit with ground, I'm porting, healing, or dying. I don't need to go after debuffing ground, and that's just for my keep.
Yeah, for this is for the mid coin rally keeps, not your like free to play trap keep.
Yeah. some like
Yeah.
specific trap. All right,
Yeah.
here we got the Han Dynasty legs. This has a boatload of siege HP
Oh yeah,
over here.
57 caged. Yep.
Then you got the Aztec ring. Again, you got siege HP, arch HP. Nothing special on the fifth spec. I only have that for one of the gens. The rest of them are just gonna be the ones from SVS. So there's a
Ground
little bit
shoot,
of
defense, and
yeah.
HP. Yeah.
And Baldwin himself is he's pretty old, but he still has a lot of arch attack debuff
Yeah.
and
I
low
don't think it's worth
disability.
replacing yet, unless you can get something better. But
Yeah,
again, for our spend level, Baldwin is very farmable. You should have a few copies of him, and he's definitely worth ascending, especially if you don't have the budget to fully ascend like a Zizka or like a Simon.
yeah. I stop at two.
Yeah.
You want to take over Marky Boy?
Yep. So Mark Anthony, his base skill. Can we go over to base skill? Yep. So you're gonna get range attack, and then you're gonna get some cav HP, ground HP as well. And then the ascension is pretty good. You get, I believe, up to the 4 star gets you the yeah, the debuffs. Now you get some rage and siege attack in the fifth as well, and the
Mhm.
siege HP of 25. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, I love him.
Mhm. He's a little bit older, but he's still pretty good, especially if you have him pretty far along. It's not worth switching out just yet.
Yeah.
So Imperial Sword again. So you're gonna set some cav HP there.
Yep.
Majestic Imperial chest again. So range and siege. That should honestly go on like every chest if you're like free to play and you don't have Civ.
Yeah.
Probably the
It's
best
it's
one there.
very hard to get arch attack debuff in this slot. So when
Yeah.
you can get it.
hmm Dominant. Yep, the dominant boots. So you're gonna get cav and siege attack, which is good. I think the other one gets you like just cav attack, I believe. So make sure
Yeah, it's
you're
one or the
putting on the
other
right
for
boots.
this one is strictly better. Yep.
hmm Yep. Yep. Majestic helmet again for the cav attack because he doesn't need the ground HP debuff.
Mm,
So he's going with the cav attack. And
yes,
then you're
sir.
getting, yep, this one's a really good one. Yep. So you're getting siege and range attack right here. Are the Furinkazons. And
Mhm.
then the ring, yep, you're going to get 48% at 5 stars. So again, this is if you're free to play or like a low coiner that doesn't have a lot of Civ, um, this is a great choice.
Yeah, this should be on every subgen if you don't have a better Civ ring to use, as in one of these that does siege HP debuff. All right. We got Jan Carroll. All right, so now we're getting into some quote unquote theory up in here. So we'll start here. This may have caught people's eyes. So the Heian armor, if you were to look at the stats compared to the Abyss chest and the Heian chest, the Abyss chest gives you 20% more siege attack, 20 or 25. And that's accounting for breaking the 6 out of 6 as well. The
Mhm.
only thing you'd be losing is a little bit of siege HP, which there's an argument to keep it. But for me, I like having the debuff because I'm like one of the few defensive keeps in the team.
Yeah, really depends on your play style. Um, like for like the bigger like 100 bill keeps that don't really get targeted, you can make an argument, right, for more
Mm.
siege HP on offense.
Yeah, of course. All right, moving into the weapon. We got that Augustus weapon. This thing's awesome. You're going to be hard pressed to find arch attack debuff in the weapon slot. So this is a great one, especially with the 2 out of 6 as well.
Mhm.
The legs, pretty standard, or
Yep.
the boots, pretty
Yep.
standard. We just did that. Helmet, pretty standard. Cav attack. The legs, again, that's that 2 out of 6. And this gear is pretty awesome. It's got
Yeah, this one's
CGHP,
worth,
HP,
yeah, spending your like Civ fragments on. Like if you have Civ fragments, like the little like 4 star ones, or
hmm
sorry, the Cake 4 ones. Those are This is a good investment right here. It's like this one and the Romulus one.
Yep. Then you'll see the ring again. We love it.
Mhm.
So his specs, he goes after Cav attack and Siege HP, and then he's got
Yeah.
Snake as well. And same thing for here. He's got a bunch of cav attack, some siege HP, a
Yeah,
little
he's a
bit.
really good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So he
even if
comes
you're,
up
like,
with a
free
lot.
to play, you should still have some copies of them. And if you can just get those specs done, even at, like, 5 stars, it's pretty good. It's like, what, 50%
Mhm.
siege HP, right? So
Yeah,
20 on the spec, and then the base
30
skill gets
right
you
there.
30. Yeah, so
50.
even if you're, like, a really low coiner, that's a great one to have.
Yep. All right. We'll give you Simon. You can do him.
Yeah, possibly one of the best right now. So his base skill, you're gonna get siege and range attack, like, huge. That's pretty good. And then you're gonna get
Nice.
siege defense and HP 30%, which is good. So again, same thing as like Jan Carroll. Even at like 5 stars, and if you just max out the specs, it's a huge jump because you're getting a ton of everything, right? You're getting siege attack, range attack. You're getting siege HP, siege defense, all that. So even at 5 stars, I think it's pretty good. I would even say if you can get like multiple copies of them, and instead of ascending him, just maybe you know take up like 3 spots or even 4, and I think
Yeah.
you're gonna be in pretty solid shape.
Or even 5 if you want to get freaky.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so he's
Yep.
goaded.
Yep.
Love
And
him.
then gear, standard Parthian gear. So he's actually using the 6 out of 6, so he can, take advantage of that 18% all troop attack. So that's good. Um, I think we've pretty much went over all the gear already. So yeah, same bow, same boots, same helmet, same ring.
Yeah, so the only thing that's different would be the chest and the legs on this one.
Yeah. You want to go over why you went with this one? Oh, you because you wanted the 6 piece, right? Instead of.
Yeah, just for the 6 out of 6. I mean, you still
Mm.
get siege attack debuff, so it's not like it's trash. It's very nice. And
Yeah.
same thing over here, you get siege attack. I know there's
Mhm.
another leg where you get cav attack, but I'm more concerned with the siege right now.
Yeah, I agree. So I have a question then. So on your chest, right? What would be the gain, using this chest, right? So you're gonna get more siege attack, right? Like what, 60% siege attack, right? When you add it all up,
Hmm.
compared to the other one, the Imperial. So the Imperial, you're gonna get 34% siege and range. So you get more range attack, but you sacrifice a bit of siege. So they're both very valid setups. Just depends
Yeah,
on what you want. I think Jake went for a little bit more of a balanced approach there.
yeah, I wanted the mix. I wanted to at least have like 1 or 2 gens that had the full 6 out of 6.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Moving
Because
on.
the siege attack's getting up there. So
Yeah. All right, moving on. We got Zizka. You can tell I've been coining in the past.
and look at this guy,
So
bro. Fully
yeah,
ascended.
yeah. So he's nutty. He's got arch attack, siege attack, arch HP too. This is where a lot of the arch HP comes in, and I guess all troops HP. SP, yes, you are a bottom. Again, he's got the 5th spec from SVS. His spec's pretty awesome. Again, a lot. He's like similar to Simon a little bit, but just mainly for arch. And then looking at his gear, so right here is one where I could have had the 6 out of 6, but I was looking at where my debuffs were,
Mhm.
and I figured that I needed more arch attack debuff because I needed the
Rebalance.
troops up
Yeah.
to like 2,800. You know?
Yeah. I mean, man, we're seeing what, 7,500 now? Like out
Yeah,
of people. It's insane.
Vig's buffs are crazy, so you need to make certain sacrifices to combat it.
Yeah.
That's the only team I fear. Anyone else, give me the smoke.
So you guys hear that? Fuck this guy up.
Yeah. Yeah, so Zizka, very awesome. All right, here's Simon again for you. We covered pretty much all of his gear or his base skill already.
Hmm. Yep.
So
Yep. So base skill. Yep. So Sasanian, you're getting range and siege attack. That's kind of the first thing that stands out to me. You're getting some siege defense as well.
mhm.
And then pretty standard gear. So he's got the ring again for range attack. He's got the bow for the siege attack, and then the chest for both range and siege attack. Helmet he's got for the cav attack, and the boots he's got for the cav and siege.
Yep.
So
Like,
great setup.
really apparent what I'm going after, right?
Yeah. Yeah, great setup. And again, this is just tailored to his build
Pictures.
and like the opposition that we face. A lot of time where he's not really getting ground soloed, unfortunately.
Yeah, I wish people would ground solo me. All right, moving on. We got my other Zizka. So here's where we start changing up the weapon. So I'm using this to go after some cav attack. This is the sword. That was like a Achaemenid sword. Again, the same chest, same boots, helmet, same pants, and then again, you got a siege HP debuff ring. Loves it, so you got to use it.
That was one of the first like sustaining pieces I got.
Yep. Same fifth spec. Just covered Zizka like a minute ago. In case you have a low attention span, here it is.
Mhm.
There you go.
Simon
You got to
again.
dive into the
Yeah.
gear.
So same thing here. The chest, he's actually using the Augustus chest and the Augustus boots. So he's got that two piece. So he's getting that extra 10%. And then you're getting a lot of stuff here. So you're getting cav attack. Yeah, you're getting cav HP. You're getting range attack. You're getting cav. Yeah, cav HP as well. So that's a great piece to have. And then the
Yep.
boots, you're getting range and siege attack and some ground defense. So that's pretty good. But the main thing I believe Jake was going after here was just that 2 for 2 piece or
Well,
two
yeah,
S6
but
piece.
also the legs, you're gonna or the boots, you're gonna be hard pressed to find any arch attack debuff in like any real piece of gear.
That's
Like you
true.
have to
Yeah.
have good gear for it.
Yeah. Because even the free to play boots, you're just getting the siege attack.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
And then
this is great too.
pretty standard gear everywhere else.
Hmm.
Yeah, no secret fifth spec or anything. All right. I think Fox asked how many of my sets aren't broken. I think it's literally just the one or two. Yeah, it's just the one. All right. Another Simon. Again, same
Yep.
standard gear that we've been doing. It's all on repeat.
Hmm.
Focusing specific debuffs, not just randomly throwing gear on here.
Yep. Got some. Yep. Spirit piece all look good too. Yep.
Yep. Jen Carroll, if you want to cover him.
Yep.
Sta-
So Jen Carroll, standard, right? So the same boots, same chest. He's got him at 6 star. 6 star, you get extra defense, right? Yep. So you get defense. But again, 5 star, if you're just like a really low coiner, is a great place. Because you get 50%, so you can probably stack them instead of ascending multiple. But Jake's a baller, so he's
I
working
think
on
I
his
may
second
have
one.
been under the influence when I brought him to 1 star. I should have saved that copy for my other Jen Carroll.
Yeah, because I'm using two as well. Yeah,
Hmm.
but I haven't even ascended my second one yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Standard stuff. So that's the end of the
Well,
sub.
oh, hold up.
What?
That's good.
Oh,
No,
Charles Martin. All
I'm
right.
tripping.
Real quick, I'd like to show a couple of the debuffs here.
This guy
Um,
here.
so this is a SVS rally from Fox, the Arch rally. My debuffs were 2800 Arch attack debuff, and that's straight up my own. The Cav HP looks a little low here. I've since done some improvements, and now it's at like 1400.
Mhm.
I did change a ring or two in between hits, so that's why my siege HP is a little low right there.
Well, it's capping.
Yeah. Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then here's a siege rally. I'll actually show the point. So it looks power negative, but that's point positive in SVS. Like as like 2 bill positive or something.
Yep.
Gotta
Let
do
him
better
know.
shots.
Let him know, Jake. Let him know.
Yeah. So the siege HP debuff 1650. That is with moving a ring around. Um, one thing before we
That's
end
good.
it, some people, I hope some people mention this, but I wasn't reading the chat. Um, that you may have noticed that I was missing one piece of gear. Boom. the Abyss Bracer. For me, this cannot go on the subgen. I'd like it to go on the subgen, but because of the distance there, that siege machine attack range, it has to be on my second siege.
Mm,
So some people who don't have a second siege or play with a second siege, etc., they could do that on one of these subgens, but I can't afford to do that. I'd be letting the team down. All right, I think that about covers everything. Oh no, okay, we still have a couple more things. I'll do the universal covenants, and then you can do the blazing stuff.
cool.
All right, so for the universal covenants, while I scroll down to them, we're gonna find Totila, and you'll see
Yeah.
why he's good. Yeah, Tortilla. All right, so if you look here on his fourth covenant, he's got universal arch attack. And if you click this little eye up here, it'll show you unconditional versus like only when you're using the general. So these gold ones happen wherever. So he's a real nice one to get. And then next, he's up here a little bit. It's John. His covenant at the fourth, he's got some siege and arch HP. Very nice. And then the next one, because I am poor, I have to go into the tavern to show you. It's
My
Andre
ass.
Messina. Where is he? I think he's in the others because he's some crazy shit. Maybe he's in Europe actually. Yeah, there he is. Okay, so Andre Messina, he's got some arch attack and siege attack. It's only 5%, but like these are free for lack of a better term. So it's always good to stay on these. I think our friends in the C5 Discord, if you look in their library, they have a spreadsheet that keeps up to date with all the Covenant gens that come out. Maybe we can post that afterwards. All right, you want to talk about the Blazons, Mr. Kuma?
Yeah, sure. All right. I'm actually gonna look at. Do you have all? So I have a question for you, actually. So, do you have all defense blazons?
Yeah, besides Cav, because the other set is a
Oh, interesting. Because I'm using Valor for range.
oh. Well, the
Because
reason I went with this is because when I came to RSP, this account was like 12 bill and like a fucking you could sneeze at it and it would die. So I knew being on a weak keep and not
Mhm.
spending a lot, I'm gonna need to build defensively. Some people were
Gotcha.
against it, but at the end of the day, I had a vision and I knew it would work, and it's
Hey,
worked.
look at you now, bro. Look at you now.
Yeah, it speaks for itself. So trust the
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
Type shit.
Yep. All right. So we'll start with siege then. So yeah, I have defending siege as well. I'm using humility. So yeah, you're gonna get some attack and defense all troop, which is good, and then as well as some defending siege stats as well there.
Hmm.
Hmm. Honor for oh yeah, so yeah, okay, so you
Yeah,
have
Cat doesn't have that for me.
defending, yeah, okay, okay, so yeah, and then ground you got cav attack and range defense. Okay, that's a lot
Yeah,
actually. 25 is a good amount. Yeah,
adds up, right? It's
yeah.
pretty decent. So I think that's pretty much everything that we had. So
Oh, can we
of
see your
course,
blazons again, bro?
huh?
Can we see your blazons again?
Oh, like the actual blazon itself. Oh wait, that's not the.
Yeah. What? Okay, hold up, bro. Mr. T15, relax.
All right, what do you want to see?
You're a siege. Got some level 10s there, bro.
Yeah, bro, I don't give a fuck about defense. Who gives a all my homies hate defense. I'm too broke to fucking level that up. I don't give a fuck. You know what? This is an open invitation to siege me. Siege me, bro. See what happens. Just siege me.
defensive
See what happens.
defensive keep doesn't have defense, bro.
Fox said, okay, so yeah, before I close this out, I neglected to mention Ideal Land because it's behind a paywall and it's not really mm, realistic for the average person, you know? Same thing with these red subs here. Not that I have any, but
Look at
RSP
this
has
motherfucker, dude.
yeah, RSP has the cracked red subs where like it's what's it called? Stockholm and others where it's like alliance owned to activate debuffs. This one I did coin for myself, so even though it's just Arch HP and Arch Attack, I am pretty proud of it. But yeah, like not gonna get into like going into like set attributes and shit like that for these red subs because that's not really applicable to anyone, right? And if it is, you should already know what you're doing.
Mhm.
Um, so before we go into Q&A, we'll just talk about a couple cool events to look out for. Right here, you got the Oracle event. If you've been watching our YouTube, you can see that you get Hera and Themistocles or Testicles, Death's buddy. Get yourself a Hera. Fox, how about you get yourself a girlfriend? How about you get yourself some pussy? How about you do that?
Damn, son.
Uh, here you got Ziska right here. Bro, okay. You got the Alliance Carnival where you can redeem Ziska as well. Pass a message to Jake. Okay. I'll be going back in there. Giants Temple. I wait until the final day to do all mine, but on level 3 and 4, you could get some Ziska.
Is there
You
a
can't
reason why you
go.
do that? Is there a method to your madness, or you just
No,
want to
it's just it
go?
gives me something to do. I want to stack everything up, and I don't know. If you rank number 1 here, you can get a chest that has Simon.
Ooh,
Bro,
damn,
Fox, you should see Lori in my DMs. It's crazy, bro. I'll let you think on that.
damn.
Yeah. Just tell Jake he's a bitch for me. Who said that, Seer? You gotta tag me so I can see it on my second phone.
Damn, son.
In here you could get your
Leak in the
dragon.
DMs,
Again,
bro.
down here, you get Facile and Radiant Worm.
Yep, I gotta get my radiant worm too.
Yeah, I
You
think
can't
that's
get both
about
in
it.
one event, huh? You only get one.
Yeah. Well, I mean you could coin for both, I think, right? Alright, how do I stop sharing my screen? Ideal Land. Yep, so we've mentioned that like 3 times. We're not gonna be covering Ideal Land and red subs because it's unrealistic to the average player.
Yeah, I mean, you can collect your coins and kind of get them, but I think like the gain is pretty minimal, right? It's like 2% here and there.
Yeah, you literally have to get up to like level 6 or 8 or 10 like that where it's noticeable. So
Yeah,
while it is realistic to get some of it for free, it's unrealistic to get a meaningful amount of debuffs from it. But anyways,
yeah.
alright. Um yeah, again, I mean you can get it from different spots, but it's expensive. I mean, I could cover it. I just intentionally left the stuff out so that's more relatable to the average player. I don't want to come in here and like big time people being a super team. Yeah, so again, Bloody Rainbow. You're gonna have to coin to get that. All right. Do we have any people that want to come up and like ask questions or show off their own debuffs or anything like that?
Don't be shy.
Will this be uploaded to YouTube? So no, this won't be. We'll record a separate video, specifically for this, where like it's not so long, like it's more streamlined. You know?
You know what would be a fun event to do if
What's
you do
that?
like a live like keep review? Like you pick a
Uh,
member from the audience, have
yeah,
them share their screen, and you can kind of go over
we need to
their
cherry
build.
pick that though. I can't be like reviewing a traffic account.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, hey, Peach Taco, you're up on stage. How's it going?
Hi guys. Thanks for everything. I wanted to go back to the spirit beasts. A couple of them they say while defending the main city or while defending. Does that mean you have to have them on the wall general, or does it mean you could have them on a
Great
sub and
question.
defend?
I'll take
Great
this.
question. Yeah.
So when defending the main city, so we'll use Otso as an example. He has the regular debuff, and then he's got the defending main city debuff. You
Hmm.
do not need to have him on your wall gen or assistant or anything. As long as he's on a sub gen and the subs are linked to your city, that will apply.
Ah, okay. That
Yep.
answers my question. So the deer is not worthless.
Yeah, the deer is awesome, dude. I love the
Yeah,
deer.
yeah. When I got him, I immediately regretted it because of that. Like, do I have to have it on the? But you answered my question, so thank
While
you.
while we're here, a lot of these old spirit beasts are kind of washed. I mean, like look at Kong for example. It's
I
got
don't even have him.
yeah. Oh, okay. So like a lot of these, just the point is they only have one debuff and they only go up to like I don't know 52 max, and some of them aren't even that good. They'll have like range defense or something, or ground defense, where for the standard huge keep, you don't really want to go out of your way to get debuffs like that. They'll come naturally. You want to go out of your way for arch attack, siege attack, cav attack, and then HP for all those, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
Seer, so yes, we did cover that. Um, I have a flex spec on my Hojo right now, and that's the Siege Ballista for 20% Siege HP. Otherwise, you could use Iron Curtain for some debuff, or you could use the Poor Man's SVS flex spec for like a little bit of ground HP. Oh, I forgot I'm not sharing my screen anymore. Holy shit. Okay. Thunder Drug's good. Alright, I think that covered Peach's question, so we'll move her off the stage. Thank you for coming up. Alright, who do we got? Who we got? We got anyone else that wants to come up, ask a question about debuffs or anything? Fix. Oh, bro. No way. Fix is here. What the fuck? I invited him. This is a guy from my old team. Does it have to be game related? Yes, you have to pay extra money to ask non-game related questions. I invited Fix. I saw his hand go up. When is Jake singing karaoke again? As soon
Did Jake just kick himself off the stage? Jake, where'd you go, bro?
can you hear me?
Welcome back.
Bro, I swear to God, I'm not even gonna look at the log, but I know that was a lockdown that just booted me.
That's fucking hilarious.
I had myself mute. I'm sorry, I had myself muted. I don't know why I always do that to myself.
Oh, you're good. What's up, Fix? It's
Yep.
been a while, bro. How you been?
Yeah, no, right? So let me ask you a question. So when it comes to the debuffs, there's a blazing question. For the blazings, what is the best option to put for blazings when it comes to like the debuffs or attack? Like, what should I usually pick? I mean, I'm a small keep. I'm not like super big.
Mm.
Yeah, I know your keep quite well. So,
Yeah,
um, I would go with the defending set for you for the most part because you're just getting those debuffs. Like,
yeah,
I'm sure. Like, let's even look at the attacking set. So the attacking set, you're only getting debuffs when attacking, so that's not like
Mhm.
defending. And then, example for the range set, you're gonna get 10% arch attack.
yeah.
Um, I think you would have a bigger impact on your team's performance if you went with the defending set. Me personally.
I agree, especially for Cav and Siege. You want as much Cav HP and Siege HP.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I was fearing as much to
Yeah.
put as much Cav and Siege HP as I could for. All right, yeah, man,
Yeah.
appreciate it, man. That answers a lot. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go for then.
Anytime, anytime. And remember, you can tag me in your team's Discord and I'll help out anytime you need.
Appreciate it, my brother.
All right,
Tag
see you
him even
later,
if
bro.
you don't need him.
Yeah, even if you don't need me, bro, tag me.
He loves the attention.
All right, I'll
Appreciate you guys.
remove you. See you later, bro.
Later.
What is Fox doing? He's tagging me. Never heard you. What do you want, Fox? Get up on stage, you little fucking pussy.
They want to hear you sing.
Yeah, Fox does have a question. He has so many questions, bro. Has anyone seen Nail Fox that keep? Holy shit. All right, do we have anyone else that wants to come up and ask a debuff related question? If not, we can call it.
I think Pevy has a request.
What's that?
She wants you to sing
I ain't,
1,000 miles.
I ain't singing. If I'm singing the Vanessa Carlson, it's gonna be the Who I Smoke variation.
Sorry, guys, that's premium content only.
All right,
And
we
Jake
got
charges for that.
Java. So we got Java Powered asking to come up. So we'll get him or her, and then we'll call it after this. All right, I invited Java up. Donde está Java?
Hey, Java.
There.
Can you hear me? Sorry, I didn't accept the invite. So my question is about the spirit beats again. The defending the main city debuffs. Would they work on raining marches?
Good
I
question.
don't think you can send you don't send your subgens to raining, do you?
Yeah, but
Well, she
you can if you can put them on a raining
main,
general. I mean,
yeah, the main general.
possible.
Oh,
So if you
gotcha.
did put it on a main general, let's say for example ground, because you didn't have a dragon for your second ground.
Uh,
If you were to put that on, I have no proof for this except for other areas of the game that have similar, things like gear where it says like defending and stuff. I would think it would work because it's defending the main city. But
mhm,
that's something that people should test out. Actually, I'd like to
yeah.
see that. And I think the debuffs in general that only changes on a keep when you're reading it if your march is farther developed than the keep itself. So like if you have like a K39 and then Death a K45 reigns it, the debuffs will change compared to what it would be without his reign.
Mhm.
So it's a very
So you're saying,
situational question. I think it would
yeah,
work though.
yeah. So the debuffs are using the biggest one, if I understood correctly.
Yep. Yep.
Correct.
If the march has a larger debuff, that will appear on the report.
Aha, thank you.
Yep.
Okay,
Anytime.
thanks.
Oh, we got a question in the chat.
Who's that? Oh, I see Moat.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, it's from
So
Lockdown's team or his old team.
where's
So
the best place to get range defense and HP at?
and oh, that's a different one. Best place to get range, defense, and HP. So as a debuff, I'm assuming, right? Because this is a
Mhm.
debuff event. Um, I guess just everything we just talked about. I I would say the best place would be sub general selection because you're gonna get a boatload just from the main skill, second spec, and fourth spec. But
Yeah.
there's so many areas of your keep where you can get debuffs. If you want to talk about range attack, I think, or wait, range defense and HP.
Yeah. I mean, the
Oh
axe
yeah,
is pretty good too if you want range HP. I have a couple of them on my
yeah, the
subgen.
axe.
Yeah.
Upgraded Akamade axe that gives a lot of range HP. I know
Mhm.
there's fuck, what is the set? I'll go check right now. There's a Civ Gear helmet that gives a lot of range HP debuff as well too, if you're going out of your way for that. Um,
Yeah. But
it is the Sasanian helmet gives enemy arch HP. That's a good one. Range defense, I mean, that's people can argue for it, but that's like a multiplier that doesn't really matter as much.
Yeah, I feel
So
like it's
would you,
pretty low priority for most people because you can't debuff everything well at a low coin level, I would say. So you kind of have to pick and choose.
hmm,
So a lot of range defense and range HP, as important as it is, um, kind of gets neglected when you're trying to prioritize like siege attack, range attack.
yeah. And this is
Yeah.
all theory as well. It's not like we're claiming to, oh, quote, I've hacked the fucking game file and I can see the inner workings of Ebony. No, no one can do that. This is all conjecture and theory. So we're just giving you situational advice, stuff that we've seen work. There's another question above from Moat, who's Lockdown's friend. Let me find it. One of their people there asking best wall assistant for Dewey. Um, so there are spreadsheets floating around. It depends on what you want. Like a trap account, they would want like a debuff general. Regular fat account like us, I like Champlain because that has a bunch of siege HP in there and a good amount of siege attack. So I'd go with Champlain if I was recommending
He's,
him. Anyone?
yeah, he's great for siege. Is that or like Steven II?
Yep. All right. I think that's pretty much everything. We're just everyone's just trolling Fox now. So I'd like to thank everyone for showing up. This is the first event we've done in a while. Expect a bunch more events over the summer. I ain't showing off Nail Fox, bro. Nail Fox sucks. Everyone go hate on Nail Fox, bro. If you do anything, go hate on Nail Fox.
He's trying.
All
He's
right.
trying to expose Nathan Hawk.
Yeah. Expect a bunch more events, guys. Those will be coming up over the summer. Um, Also, be on the lookout for a short, like 10-minute video being uploaded to our channel. This will be the same topic, but more condensed, where we're not like answering questions and doing all this stuff. So it'll be really easy to consume. And thank you, Kuma, for showing up.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. All right, everyone, have a good night. See you guys. Happy 4th.
Yep. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend.
Let me figure out how to end this. This is always the shitty part of an event where you can't end
Hurry
the
up! Hurry up!
streams.
Hurry up!
I know, but I'll leave and then it
Everyone's
won't
looking at you,
work, and then
bro.
I have to end it from out there.
There's still 50 people. Okay, he's off. Bye, guys.